right now on ABC 15 Arizona at 10.
Tonight, the timeline playing out just like we thought. Rain and a lot of it. We have big team coverage.
There's a science to the flood potential, and it gets real, really fast.
Plus, road rules, Rosa edition.
Those that continue to go well over the speed limit, whether it's slippery or not.
Remember, the moves you make affect a lot of people.
And later, bulletproofing for as little as $40. A tough conversation about mitigating the risks.
It's a weather action wall-up, and Arizona is in the crosshairs.
A new round of storms ready to move into the valley as the remnants of Rosa make their mark.
We have big team coverage for you tonight. Our crews spread out across the valley, and our most accurate meteorologists right here in studio.
Let's get things started with Amber Sellens. Amber?
Well, new round of rain coming in right now, Steve and Katie. Let's take a look at where the heaviest stuff is. It's in the East Valley right now, moving from south to north through Chandler and now pushing along the 60 on its way into Mesa. We also have some lighter rain pushing through Glendale. That is also moving to the north, but quite a bit more to track down to the south. Still light in the high country, but they're going to get in on it too as we track the overnight forecast and all of this rain down across southern Arizona making its way to the north over the next several hours. So widespread rain, heavy pockets, and the threat for flash flooding continuing into the overnight hours and into your morning commute tomorrow as this main plume of moisture associated with what's left of Rosa makes its way across our state. Flash flood watch is in effect till 5 o'clock on Wednesday morning for all of these spots you see here shaded in the green, and that does include the Phoenix metro. So let's take this out for you hour by hour. The chance of rain continuing through the morning commute tomorrow and even into the afternoon here across the valley and even in the high country, with Prescott and Flagstaff seeing those good chances for rain throughout the day as well. It's not until we get into Wednesday that we start to see that rain chance drop, but there's still going to be a chance for a few more scattered showers in the Wednesday forecast too before we dry things out completely on Thursday. We're also going to have to deal with some wind, and those breezes pick up tomorrow morning, continue through about the middle of the day, 15 to 25 mile-per-hour wind speeds here across central Arizona. So gusty at times, much cooler, and again a wet commute tomorrow morning, possibly another wet one going home as the chances continue. So how much rain are we talking? Meteorologist John Patrick is tracking the latest on that forecast.
All right, Amber, it looks like that main core of Rosa rain about an hour away from the valley. That's when we're really going to start to watch these rainfall totals shoot up. Many spots around town have already seen about a quarter to a half an inch of rain. By the morning, we could be adding another 1 to 2 here for some spots around the valley, and that's going to be the case across northern sections of Arizona as well, from Prescott right on up to Flagstaff and over into Lake Havasu City. Some spots there could be seeing 1 to 3 inches of rain through the day tomorrow. So it's tough for that hard desert soil to handle all of that rain. It will be running off into our creeks and washes, so watch those low water crossings, especially across the North Valley tomorrow from the Desert Hills over into the Cave Creek areas. If you live in Scottsdale, you know that Indian Bend wash, always flooding prone there. And then over in the East Valley as well, we have those canals that can fill up with water really quick. So as you head out the door tomorrow morning, keep in mind you could be running into some wet roads.
Flooding, the big concern as we head into tomorrow, when we're hoping to avoid a similar situation, is what you see here from the summer. Water gushing down a wash, overtaking this road. ABC 15's Nicole Valdez spoke with one neighbor near Cave Creek and Carefree Highway who is already preparing.
You don't really have warning.
Just along this home on the banks of Cave Creek, flooding is no joke.
You know, a normal flood is like 6 or 8 feet.
When there's rain, this is almost a norm.
This whole area does flood. This whole area just fills up with water.
Patricia Murphy's lived here for 30 years. When heavy rains come through, the creek floods and runoff from nearby mountains pours down.
The water comes from the north, it comes down the creek, and then it just continues to rise.
Water levels sometimes get so high.
Once it floods, that's it. You're not getting in or out for a few days.
Unsure how much rain Rosa could bring, she's gearing up now.
In situations like that, you just kind of want to stock up on food. You're kind of creeked in.
But in hopes of helping keep her home safe from the rising water, she has an entire system built just out front to help control where the water goes.
What we've done is we've just basically built culverts. It helps direct the water so that it doesn't flood into your house. These washes get totally full, you know, and then these areas fill up.
Murphy's hoping for the best, praying her system will keep her home safe from whatever this storm brings our way.
Sure, this wash.
Now, as that homeowner mentioned, you really got to be prepared for the worst. Have an emergency kit ready. Keep it filled with at least 3 days worth of food. Have a go bag packed ready to go in case you need to leave your home. And if you see a flood out there, there are ways to report it. You can find that information on our website, abc15.com. Live in Cave Creek tonight, Nicole Valdez, ABC 15, Arizona.
Thank you. And a big thing we've got to watch out for tonight into tomorrow morning, those dangerous driving conditions. What are the rules of the road when it comes to getting around during these storms? ABC 15's Zach Crenshaw continues our team coverage. And Zach, plenty of important things to know.
There's the obvious, Katie, like leave more room, but you also don't want to brake too aggressively to avoid hydroplaning. I-10 you see behind me, well, it's moving pretty quickly right now. The roads aren't too slick, but it could be a very different situation tomorrow morning. And experts say there are a few things you need to know to avoid the body shop.
All day, first responders have been flying to crashes across the valley, many the result of Rosa and the rainfall.
Phoenix residents driving in the rain.
Desert dwellers aren't always used to slick streets.
I see two groups of people that typically come out in the rain. Those that continue to go well over the speed limit, and then those who say, oh, it's raining, I better slow it way down.
Danny Bullock, head instructor at Bondurant Racing School, says the difference in speed causes crashes, but the main disaster factor, distraction.
We need to make sure our focus is up and we are looking a lot farther ahead.
An accident avoidance drill simulates just how quickly drivers have to react if a crash happens in front of them. Adding rain makes it even harder.
The car is going to react in a much slower manner. It's going to need a lot more space to make these evasive maneuvers.
Danny says preparation is important too. Always check your tire pressure and windshield wipers ahead of time.
We always forget about it until the rain comes.
And when the rain does come, don't panic. Just maintain a safe speed and distance.
Remember that your 100% focus should be on driving that car. And then most important, look out for what other drivers are doing as well.
Now, DPS and Phoenix PD both said they worked dozens of crashes during rush hour in the early morning and in the evening. Also, with the potential for flash flooding, they say one of the most important things, do not drive into any bodies of water, any flooding. You never know how deep it's going to be, and you do not want to get stuck and need rescuing. Live near downtown Phoenix tonight, Zach Crenshaw, ABC 15, Arizona.
Thank you, Zach. Another possible trouble area we're watching is the community of Mayer, the high country spot prone to dangerous flooding in the past. That's where we find ABC 15's Mike Pelton.
Well, you're seeing all kinds of things floating by. You're seeing, 55-gallon drums floating by. You're seeing chairs.
Mark Provenzano lives along Big Bug Creek in Mayer, where mobile home parks have flooded in the past. He hopes Rosa doesn't make that a repeat.
I'm on edge. I'm trying to prepare, sandbagging, prep, my lot, get my other items that I may own up to high ground.
Mark is keeping an eye on the sky and Mother Nature, who is sure not letting him sleep.
So I didn't get a whole lot. Tonight I'll probably get none. Just out of the fear of what's going to happen.
Those answers coming in just a few hours. In Mayer tonight, Mike Pelton, ABC 15, Arizona.
In our weather coverage, far from over tonight, we'll have more updates throughout this newscast as this major storm moves in. We also have various resources to help you get up to speed, posted on the homepage of abc15.com.
It's the big story, the FBI investigation into sex assault allegations against Supreme Court nominee Brett